from almost 30 to 40 people, and based on that we have created this analysis. And if you are appearing for the future exam, then make sure to check this whole analysis, as we are going to describe very good difficulty level along with the important topics that was asked from different subjects. So as you can see, overall the difficulty level was moderate for the shift 1. It was not difficult, but it was not easy too. The total number of good attempts were 118 to 125 overall. So as we move ahead, even if you have attempted 90 total questions, you have done a very good job, because you are expected to get a very good marks in the MHT CET exam. So as you can see on the screen, the physics difficulty level was moderate to difficult, because this particular multiple people have said that it was moderate. Some of them have said that difficult, so it varies from person to person. So we have kept it as moderate to difficult, but none of the people have said that it was easy. Like earlier in the previous sessions, we have seen that the physics used to be easy, but this time it was not the same case. It was difficult for some students. So 15% of the people felt that out of 40 to 50 analysis that we have collected from different students, for 15% of the students felt that it was easy, 55% felt that it was moderate, and 30% of people felt that it was difficult. So some of the people, based on the preparation also, it varies. So you don't have to panic that physics was very difficult, but it was formula based. If you have good knowledge of formula and the subject, you will be able to do good in physics. So make sure that, because we have received one of the review from one of the close students who have like very vast knowledge of subject, and he said that the difficulty level was almost moderate, and if a person is not prepared, then it might be little difficult, but it was moderate for physics. When it comes to chemistry, many people said that it was easy to moderate because the questions were direct, they were able to solve it, and it was not that lengthy what people thought of. So for chemistry also, you can check it out. The overall difficulty level was easy to moderate. 40% of the few people felt that it was easy, 45% people felt that it was moderate, and 15% of the people felt that it was difficult. So overall we have kept it between easy to moderate chemistry, and it was doable. Some of you might have felt little bit difficulty when it comes to chemistry numericals, but it might not be that difficult as per the review we have received from the students. Next, mathematics was moderate, but many people have said it was difficult. So currently we are going with the analysis of 30-40 people, but what we have received from multiple students, that it was difficult and little bit lengthy also. So if you are appearing for the exam, please make sure you manage your time for the mathematics section. For math section, you need to manage your time very efficiently to ensure that you are able to solve maximum questions in the exam. So this is the overall analysis of subject wise, which is physics, chemistry, mathematics. Overall analysis, you can check it out on the screen, that physics was moderate to difficult, chemistry was easy to moderate, and let's keep mathematics as moderate to difficult, but it was difficult. Like one thing I want to make it clear, that mathematics was difficult than physics. So when it comes to mathematics, if you pop up, if you see any difficult question in front of the screen, please do not panic. Answer each and every question in the mathematics very calmly, so that you end up getting more and more correct answer for the maths. So let's look at how many questions were if you are appearing for the future exams, how many questions were asked from different topics and what was the difficulty level of it. So rotation motion se almost 5 questions were asked. From electromagnetic and alternating current, 5 questions were asked. The electromagnetic induction and alternating current questions were difficult. Then from electrostatics, you can check it out on the screen how many questions can be expected. So these we have categorized it based on the total number of question, high number of weightage, with topics with high number of weightage. So optics ray, we have 5 questions, the weightage is high and difficulty level is almost moderate. So if you are appearing for the future exam, make sure to check this detailed weightage for your exam day. Then when it comes to modern physics, you can check it out. The difficulty level was medium, and questions were also like almost 4. From current, electricity, you can check it out, thermodynamics, gravitation. So these are the weightage you can expect in the upcoming exam if you are appearing for the upcoming exam. But one thing I want to make it clear, that by seeing the laws of motion and friction, where only 2 questions is expected in the upcoming exam, so you might leave it. But what I would recommend, these are the scoring chapters. Even though only the weightage might be less, but these are the scoring chapters, so don't miss it. At least be in a position where if some kind of question comes in, you are able to answer it, so that you don't leave out most of the questions in the exam. So this is one thing that I want to tell you, and you need to ensure that even though the section is might look easy to you, you are prepared and able to answer most of the question. Next, when it comes to chemistry, as you can see, chemical bonding and molecular structure, 6 questions, coordinate compound, 5 questions, electrochemistry, 5 questions, organic chemistry, 5 questions. So these are the total number of questions which can be expected from chemistry. The weightage also we have highlighted, that the high weightage were chemical bonding, coordinate compound, electrochemistry, organic chemistry, chemical kinetics. So these were the very high weightage chapters. However, the questions from coordinate compound might be easy. So if you are appearing, make sure to be very thorough with the coordinate compound and chemical kinetics, so that you are able to score very high marks in the both section, because that might eventually become a good scoring chapters for you. In the exam also, we have seen that the chemistry was almost moderate and doable. So chemistry might become a scoring chapter for you in the upcoming exam also, along with physics. Maths might be difficult, and in future also we are expecting, like in the previous year's trends, we have seen that when the first shift is almost moderate, either the next shift or the next day shift comes difficult, like little difficult compared to the shift 1 of day 1. So if that is the case, make sure you are able to get the right answer for all the questions. Next, for mathematics, you can check it out: integration, differentiation and application, 3D geometry, vectors, probability, statics. So these were high weightage chapters, and the difficulty level also can be seen on the screen. So if you are appearing for the exam, make sure you check this weightage properly, so that you are prepared and well confirmed for the MHT CET upcoming exam. The total number of good attempts we have already highlighted. However, we have collected based on the multiple attempts made by candidates, so it might be looking little high. So based on the difficulty, we can little bit adjust with the difficulty level, because right now, earlier I have said, we have collected the data from 30 to 40 candidates. So eventually the overall difficulty might vary based on multiple candidates. Some might say that overall difficulty level was moderate, some might say the overall difficulty level was easy. So based on that only we have created the good attempts. So if the good attempts is lower, it might be beneficial for you guys. So next, take a look at what students from different places have said. So RF Kulkarni, so these were the students who actually gave a good review, and very much thanks to them for spending almost 5 minutes of theirs and giving out the detailed analysis. So RF Kulkarni said that physics was tougher than I expected, especially the EMI and oscillation questions. Chemistry was a relief, felt very NCERT based and overall manageable if you have predicted well. So RF Kulkarni felt that physics was tougher compared to chemistry, but he didn't give any detailed analysis on mathematics. When it comes to Sneha Rathi from Nagpur, Maharashtra, she was like, math was most time consuming, integration question had tricky substitution. Like I have said, multiple people have said math was tricky and time consuming. So eventually we are feeling that it might become the difficult subject for the shift 1. We will get a very detailed analysis as we are collecting more and more analysis from almost 1,000 students we are trying to target. So once we have that, we will give you a very detailed analysis on the same. So Sneha Rathi felt that the overall difficulty level for the maths was difficult, and overall the paper was good. Rohan Deshmukh from Nashik felt that chemistry was genuinely the easier I have seen in the recent years. Coordinate, compound and kinetic were straightforward, saved a lot of time when I used in maths. So chemistry for Rohan Deshmukh, chemistry became the easy, and through that he was able to save time and spend more time in the math. So that is also a good trick that you can use it if you are able, if you have a very good knowledge of one particular subject. Make sure to spend more time. So like people are saying that how Araf Kulkarni felt that NCRT. So NCRT, why NCRT based? Because he might be preparing for the JEE exam, so that is the reason why he might have said that the questions were NCR, because most of the people here are JEE aspirants who have appeared for JEE as well. So these JEE people almost they make sure that if they are referring to NCERT when it comes to preparation of the MHT CET exam. So if that is the case, don't get confused that how they are referring the NCERT. NCERT, they are referring it because they are the real, like they are the they have appeared for the JEE advanced exam, and if you are appearing for the JEE main exam, NCERT one of the crucial book that most of the people go through. So key takeaway strategies that you must know for the MHT CET, which is no negative marking, which is all of you know that there is no negative marking, so you must attempt it. Chemistry first strategy, if you feel like within 4 to 5 questions you will come to know whether the chemistry is going to be easy or not. So if you feel that, then make sure chemistry you attempt first. Then all the key takeaways you can check it out on the screen. Next, lastly, let's take a look at what student felt, and from the day one of the exam, most important FAQs, which was the paper tough or easy overall. So overall paper was moderate only. You can get 95 percentile if you are able to score 150 plus marks in the exam. So were questions from class 11 and 12 more dominant? So class 12 topics were dominant. So most probably in most of the shift, class 12 topics become the most dominant compared to any other topics from class 11. So this was the overall analysis for the Maharashtra shift day 1, shift 1, and in the evening we will try to come up with shift 2 and marks versus percentile for the shift 1 as well, based on the analysis from more students, so that we are able to provide you very accurate data on the marks versus percentile for the day 1 shift 1. So make sure you subscribe the channel and get the very right information on cutoff 360.